Hey guys, so you've seen this pack in a lot of our videos, some of our gear loadouts, and I thought it was finally time to take a in-depth look, specifications on the Zpacks Nero backpack, how this thing shakes down and why I've chosen to use it, and really go over some of the fine details and see if this may work for you. So the backpack segment of gear reviews is a little bit troubling to me in some ways. I think a lot of the personal opinions and people have on gear that's something that you're going to wear is really subjective. It was always kind of a hard thing to, watch reviews on backpacks and see what people thought in terms of how they felt or how their shoulders are, because everybody's body's different, and like I said, the different types of straps, it seems pretty subjective to me. So I'm going to go over some of the specs on this bag and really go into detail, why I picked this for myself. Your mileage may vary, but just right off the bat, this is an extremely lightweight 25 liter 10.9 ounce pack itself. It is a frameless pack. Zpacks does provide a sit pad here that does come just like this. It comes with the shock cord behind it, it says they add an ounce with this too. So 10.9 for the actual pack itself, and 1 ounce for the sit pad itself. So this is a roll top design, like I said, 25 liters, and you've got some good side pockets here. I'm going to go into detail what fits in here as well. These are also still in that DCF fabric too, and then a massive mesh pocket on the front. So and I'm going to go into further detail with this, but these are some hip belts that are optional. They don't come with this pack. Something to note for sure if you're looking at buying this. The hip belts don't actually come with it. You have to buy these separately. So I'll go into detail with these in a minute, but shoulder strap does have a attachment for the breast strap, and of course you've got some loops here for extensions if you want to add any accessories, I guess, if you will. So at first I'm going to go through kind of the specs on it and really look at the pack in depth, and then I'll let you know what my thoughts are on it. So looking at the back of the pad, you've got a really nice foam padded shoulder strap. This is ergonomically a really cool design. I actually think this fits around, again, my shoulders really nice. Your mileage may vary. Like I said, some of these people can't stand these. I've heard that this strap is not as comfortable as others, but for me, the design of it itself, this kind of S shape that bends and kind of contours to your shoulder blades around your chest. I feel like this design works pretty well. It's a little bit better fitting, at least on me. I'm about 6 feet. I couldn't tell you my shoulder dimensions, but again, they are adjustable too, so you can kind of pull these closer in with the breast strap, and like I said, your mileage may vary, but they are pretty padded. Say maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch padded foam here. Doesn't seem to be any wear issues on the shoulder straps for me. I've got a couple good nights out of this and much more miles, but the design of this is pretty nice. I really like the way this works. Now it is held in with a sit pad, sorry, that is shock corded. You can actually, it says on their website too, you can replace this with a different sit pad too. Of course, this is just shock cord that is adjustable, which I thought was kind of cool. So pulling this out, using this as an actual sit pad is pretty nice, or you can remove it if you don't like it. I find that this doesn't really provide any buildup of sweat or anything like that. This works pretty well, and other than using a sit pad for just at camp, I would just keep this here and use this. So this works pretty well, and I think at 1 ounce, I would carry a sit pad anyways. Kind of moving down, you do have, and again, like I said, when you order this from Zpacks, it doesn't come with these belts. You just get this strap here and buckle. So it does have a hip belt, but it's not padded, and it doesn't have pouches like this. So you are able to adjust the actual hip belt itself. There are three loops to move it up and down based off your preference and what you're looking for, comfortability wise and all that. But you can add these additionally. They're specific ones for the Nero, and something that I find as a must. I usually, at least with this pack, I'm not going to be using it on my shoulder strap to be holding a lot of stuff like my phone or something. I'm going to switch solely to this. Generally, I would carry something or shoulder pouch on my actual shoulder strap, and I'm going away from that. I'm going to use these loops that they've included to put a water bottle on or hook something up if I need to use. Normally I would carry sanitizing lotion, something like that. But pretty minimalistic, very nice. And the pad itself, even, it really depends on how you pack it, but the frameless part of this doesn't seem to be any uncomfortable or anything like that. Those people with the dynamic, and I've seen a lot of people say that it's not as comfortable as you know, some other pads, of course, but I don't have an issue with it. The dynamic doesn't seem like it's really bothered my back, but normally, like I said, I use this pad itself to actually support some of the frame of it. So the side pouches on these are really nice. They're very deep. The elastic cinching is pretty tall, so these are 700 ml smart water bottles. They fit in there very nicely. I don't feel like they're moving around or jostling around. Some of the other packs that I've had to try it on, it was always hard to get these out as well. That was one thing that I found that was super helpful that I didn't even know I would really love, or that it was a feature to have a pack that you could actually, and without taking off the pack itself to grab your water, you could just reach around and grab them out of it. So this is tall enough and they sit up enough, and there's actually like an angled piece up so that, you know, your water can actually sit on the top here. So I don't think this is really much of a big plus if you don't care for this, but I really found it convenient on trail to pull water out without having to take off my pack. That was something I ran into before. Now, kind of going into this, the hip belts themselves add 2.2 ounces. This is an additional, at least at the time of this filming, which is February 2019, these are $60 additional to the pack itself from Zpacks. So that, for me, it was a must. I'm okay with spending a little bit of extra money on something this nice. These, like I said, at 2.2 ounces for hip belts. They are, of course, made of DCF, and they've got that YKK waterproof zipper as well. These are pretty good for carrying all types of like gear that I don't want to get wet. My wallet, phone, whatever you need in here, it's all seam tape sealed. Very nice. I thought this was kind of a gimmick at first, and I was actually considering switching some of the hip belts from my other backpacks on here, but got a hold of these, looked at them first before I purchased them, and kind of just fell in love with them. And they come only in black, and they match my pack, so thought that was really nice. So I think this pack is really designed to hold about 20 pounds. I've kind of just threw in some gear just to kind of mock up. I would say there's maybe 10 pounds in here, maybe 15. It doesn't seem like there's really any stuffing in here. There's a lot more room to go, and this top roll top is really nice. I really like this design. If you've ever had the bear bag kit from Zpacks, this is a very similar opening Velcro pull out like this. Now these are again inside, everything is seam taped, very nice quality. Like I said, this is a 25 liter, so for most of the gear that I have on a weekend trip, or even if I was doing section hiking, this is obviously going to be enough for me. I did want to roll this together and put this on. Now the cording to actually latch the roll top down wraps around the side of the pack too, so it gives some support there. But I wanted to kind of show this. I really found it one of the nice things about kind of just fitting this on for the first time too, regardless of like how much weight I actually had in it. It was super easy to find a comfortable point. A lot of that has to do obviously with how you pack these backpacks, but I really found that, you know, getting adjustability down to it. I'm about 6 foot. I would say somewhat wide-shouldered maybe. I'm not sure what my dimensions are on my shoulders, but immediately, without really messing too much with it, I found that it was super comfortable. Very quick. Like I said, that contoured S design really helps a lot. And like I said, depending on load, or it's just pretty much adjustable, sets right up. These are big enough pads though for the shoulder straps that I feel like it's even with a heavier pack, but around 10-15 pounds, this is super comfortable, very easy. I don't feel like my posture is distorted or anything weird. It fits super nice. No complaints, first impressions. Using maybe, I would say, a whole day's worth, maybe about 10 miles on this so far, just without stopping. Didn't have any issues with fatigue or wearing, anything like that. Of course, I've got the hip belts backwards, but These are very easy to get to. Like I said, this was kind of the nice thing, was to be able to pull water out of the pocket as I'm just down trail. I really like this this design. Super minimalist, but very comfortable either way.